quickly. Then Irish Chance, Stockavian, Longwood Lad, but Luther's Luck is far too good. He's racing right away. Luther's Luck with the big weight has gone on to win by 5 lengths. Irish Chance second, third either Alternate, who flashed home, or Stockavian.
Luther's Luck with Gary Willits aboard started at 5-2 from Irish Chance at 14s and Alternate at 12-1. Testimony was a disappointing unplaced 9-4 favourite. The Gippsland Handicap, the second leg of the double, saw Zam Gary sent out favourite.
Zam Gary balanced up for the run home, about a length in front. Reckless Effort on the inside, the danger. Then King's Comment, the incisor, and Symbol Sun. Zam Gary in front of Reckless Effort with 100 to go. He's holding a length lead. Reckless Effort can't reach him, finishing fairly. Symbol Sun on the incisor. Zam Gary's in front, close to the wire. Symbol Sun, Reckless Effort can't reach him. Zam Gary home by a length. Reckless Effort second. Symbol Sun a neck away third.
Zam Gary, ridden by Rod Dawkins, started 7-2 favourite from Reckless Effort 11-2 and Symbol Sun at 15-1. The daily double for 1 Luther's Luck and 5 Zam Gary paid $7.60, and the quadrella dividend for the numbers 3, 1, 1 and 5 returned $62.10. It's been a mixed day for Australia in the final.
Still suffering from a poisoned foot, rode a double. Not a bad effort. In the first, Sharrow Bay won. This is a most promising hurdler and can really stay. Colonial King messed up the last when he was beaten. In the second, the favourite, Born a Lady, heavily back. She's a promising young filly, that horse, and Tronarud, who's been having a run of outs of late, was successful. To race 3, this looks a Derby horse, Tristram. He walked in today, the first of a double for Willits. To the first of the replay races, and Lee Matthews must have mixed feelings about this fellow, Glenferrie Flyer. Of course, he's the manager of the syndicate, and he races in the Hawthorn colours. An easy win.
Up to the turn, Red Henry led, but Murphy's having a look around on Glenferrie Flyer. Malamute the inside, behind them Gold Wire, Millawar. Into the straight, Red Henry in front. Glenferrie Flyer's about to join him. Then Malamute and Gold Wire out wide, but at the 200, and Glenferrie Flyer's taken the lead from Red Henry. Gold Wire running home pretty well, but Glenferrie Flyer dashed away, and the fourth favourite in 4 races is going to win. Glenferrie Flyer 3 in front of Red Henry and Gold Wire, and wins by that margin. Gold Wire third, second of course Red Henry, and then 6
Gets his head in the air a bit, Glenferrie Flyer, but he's certainly a promising horse. Race 5, the big clash of the day. Luther's Luck 5-2, Testimony 9-4.
Testimony tried to kick away, got a half in front of Irish Chance. Luther's Luck coming with a run. Then Stockavian. Luther's Luck's gone straight past Testimony at the 200. He's got it won. He raced 3 in front of Irish Chance, Longwood Lad and Stockavian. And he's a bonny horse, this the toppy. Luther's Luck is going to win by 4 lengths. Second Irish Chance, gee, it's close third, maybe Alternate.
Yes, Luther's Luck now to the Goodwood Handicap, and he's going to take some tossing in that big race in Adelaide. In the event 6, Emma Green at big odds. Michael Nallion continuing his big run. The 7th, Zam Gary, came from second last to win, 7-2 favourite. To the final event on the program, and Royal Saga was the favourite here. A big betting race, and Royal Saga's been in very good form of late.
About 10 could win this. Oasis and Asses just led. Royal Saga took a split to move up and join it out wide on the track. Vigilance approached the bench. Niscaro all smoke. In the straight, Royal Saga dashed to the lead. Out wide, Vigilance running on behind them. Approached the bench, Aragosa and all smoke, but Royal Saga's got a good lead at the 150. It's another favourite home at Caulfield. Approached the bench, Aragosa, High Blossom and Vigilance and all smoke, but Royal Saga wins. Second, Aragosa. Third would have been High Blossom.
Really improved that horse, 3-1 and favourite. Now the quadrella yesterday paid 15,000. Today 62.10, 3-1-1-5. The daily double on 1 and 5, 760. And the extra on 1 and 3 paid $3.65. So Charles and Jennifer, that's it from Caulfield.
Bruce and Stephen, thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, Des, what is happening with our weather?
6-1. The best wins of the day, Tristram in the 2-year-old and Luther's Luck in the sprint. To the replay, Sharrow Bay was favourite in the hurdle race.
Draw down to it, they're both going all right. They come to it, take off and land together, but Colonial King wrapped it. Sharrow Bay got away from him now, and Sharrow Bay's 4 in front of Colonial King, followed by Kanaska and then Quapel. But Sharrow Bay's racing on to score very easily. Sharrow Bay's won at about probably 7 or 8 lengths to Colonial King. 2 lengths Kanaska third, then...
Sharrow Bay looks set for a big future. He's only a 4-year-old and jumps well. The second event, Born a Lady, was well back to 7-4.
Outside, and they're followed then by Royalties. Born a Lady starting to get to the leader. Sweet Promise is tiring. Born a Lady raced up on the outside, put her head in front now. Sweet Promise tries to go on, but Born a Lady starts to draw clear in the favourites home. Born a Lady by over a length to win second placing Sweet Promise. Royalties is a giant run in third placing.
That was a third win in 5 starts, and she was well backed at 7-4. Royalties was a very good run at 10-1. Tristram was odds on in the third.
Quickly had Duke of Tricks and Brahms Edition beaten. Then Clear Sun followed by Dolman, but Tristram looks a spring class colt as he strides right away now. Dolman getting to second and then Clear Sun. But Tristram, a very easy winner, has scored pulling up by 6 lengths. Second and third very tight. Dolman and Clear Sun hit it together.
Tristram is heading to Brisbane after today's easy victory in the third race. Well, Hawthorn and Collingwood might have lost today, but not Lee Matthews at the races.
Late run, Glenferrie Flyer with 100 metres to go, draws away from Red Henry, then Goldwire finishing fairly on the outside, but Glenferrie Flyer is much too good, and Glenferrie Flyer wins it by 3.5 lengths, Red Henry, 2 lengths to Goldwire third, and then a gap.
Glenferrie Flyer raced by the Hawthorn Football Club Syndicate, managed by Lee Matthews. Tangled web really, but that's the case as we go to the 5th.
Front, but Luther's Luck has bounded up on the outside, went straight past Testimony, then Irish Chance, Stockavian Longwood lad, but Luther's Luck is far too good. He's racing right away. Luther's Luck with the big weight has gone on to win by 5 lengths. Irish Chance second, third either Alternate who flashed home or Stockavian.
Yes, he's a grand sprinter. He had 59 kilos up today, and his next assignment is the Goodwood Handicap in Adelaide. Now the 6th event.
Still about 2.5 in front of Quite Who Can't Go On. Then Better Venture followed by Staircase wide out. Emma Green in front with 100 to go. Quite and Better Venture trying hard from Montalba. Emma Green's under the whip will be too good. Emma Green's gone on to win 2 lengths to Montalba. Third is tight between Quite and Better Venture. Then...
That made it back-to-back Caulfield wins for Emma Green, well handled by Michael Mallion, starting at 6-1. Zamgary, 7-2 in the stayers.
King's Comment, the Incisor and Symbol Sun. Zamgary in front of Reckless Effort with 100 to go. He's holding a length lead. Reckless Effort can't reach him, finishing fairly. Symbol Sun and the Incisor. Zamgary's in front, close to the wire. Symbol Sun, Reckless Effort can't reach him. Zamgary home by a length. Reckless Effort second. Symbol Sun a neck away third. Then the Incisor.
Zamgary loves it wet and he outstayed them today, but the second horse was a good run as he got in on the worst part of the track in the straight. Now the last, Royal Saga 3-1.
Goes the High Blossom, approached the bench, all smoke and vigilance on the outside, but Royal Saga went further ahead, got it well parcelled up, 3 or 4 in front, and Royal Saga's gone on to win by 3 or 4 lengths. Aragosa's run second, third High Blossom over on the inside.
Royal Saga racing in very good form at the moment. That really polished it off for the favourite backers. 6 out of 8 getting home on the day. And the Quadrella, very skinny, $62.10 for 3,115. The Daily Double for 1 and 5, $7.60. In Sydney at Rose Hill, 3 and 5 returned $22.20. Victoria Park and Adelaide, 16 and 3 for $84 even. And at Maui, the Quadrella, $1,239.15 for 8897. The Daily Double there, 8 and 9, $27.60. Some of Australia's best prospects for...
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's edition of World of Sport Replay. And the buzz is still echoing around the studio after that award-winning program, Junior Supporters Club. Our congratulations to both Sandy and Kevin. And, of course, seeing Kevin Bartlett didn't exactly get here until about 10 to 10. For the first 20 minutes, he'll be joining us on World of... Oh, no, he won't. And we'll be taking a look at racing without KB from Caulfield yesterday, and also greyhound racing and harness racing highlights from throughout the week. But first of all, let's get into Tats Lotto now and draw number 497 last night. Division 1 prize pool, $1.378 million. Numbers were 11, 14, 15, 31, 33 and 40, with the supplementaries 26 and 45. In Super 66, over $383,000 in the prize pool. Numbers 8, 8, 6, 8, 9 and 3. Well, the early stages of our show have gone pretty quickly this morning, so I think we might take a break, and we'll be back to take a look at racing yesterday from Caulfield.
Here's a lowly go.
Yesterday at Caulfield they raced on a heavy track, 8 races on the card, and what a great day it was for the punters. 6 favourites successful. And in the first event, the DS McCormick Hurdle, the favourite was Sharrow Bay at 2-1, and your commentator is the accurate one, Bill Collins.
Racing at the first attempt, they jumped away as one. Kinzan might be the early leader with Royal Lewin, but being restrained now, and Colonial King's gone up near the inside to join them. A line of about 4 or 5 as they approach the first obstacle. Royal Lewin and Colonial King over it together in front of Quapel and Kinzan. A length and a half, Sharrow Bay getting up on the fence, and 2 lengths away last, Kanaska. By the 800, approaching the second jump now, and Colonial King about a half length in front of Royal Lewin as they went over that. 2 lengths to Quapel, 2 lengths to Sharrow Bay, a neck to Kinzan, and 1 away last is Kanaska. They race towards the turn into the straight the first time now, and approaching this third jump, Colonial King over it well, about 3/4 to Royal Lewin and 1 further back Quapel. They've got about 3 lengths in front of Sharrow Bay, a half to Kinzan, and Kanaska's racing 3 wide in the small field now around the outside. Colonial King being steadied as they swing around the turn the first time. The field packs right up. He's about a length to Royal Lewin and a half further back on the inside of those, on the outside of those horses. Now Kanaska has gone up quickly. Quapel on the rails and Sharrow Bay and Kinzan. There's only 2.5 lengths first to last of the first obstacle in the straight. All over it safely, and the leader and Colonial King a half to Royal Lewin. On the inside of those horses in third placing then would be Quapel, and Kanaska still trapped right out deep as they approach the one in front of the judge. Over this one now, Colonial King led a length. Kinzan went through it at the rear, but only 3 lengths off the leader as they went out of the straight. Colonial King about a length to Royal Lewin. On the outside of those horses as they swing out of the straight, Kanaska got a slight check there. Royal Lewin's taking Colonial King on. Quapel still sitting behind the leaders. Sharrow Bay second last coming to the jump at the 1800, and a length away Kinzan. Over that, and the leader is still Colonial King. He moved away again now, a little over a length to Royal Lewin, 2 lengths to Quapel. Sharrow Bay's got up along the rails to be 4th from Kanaska now losing ground, and Kinzan going up on its inside. 1,500 metres to go. Colonial King in front coming to this jump about a length to Quapel. He hit that Colonial King. Quapel almost joined him, a length Royal Lewin. 1.5 Sharrow Bay, who looks to be travelling very easily, and then Kinzan niggled at from Kanaska. The jump at the 1,400, Colonial King the leader over it. About a half length only to on the inside, going up towards him again as Quapel. They were about 2 lengths to Sharrow Bay, who moves up comfortably to third. Then Kanaska and Kinzan, and Royal Lewin has called it a day, dropping out a long last. Over the hill now, 3 to jump as they about to come down the railway side. Colonial King kicked away. 2 lengths in front again to Quapel. Sharrow Bay moving up stylishly to be second now from Kanaska and Kinzan. Only 3 lengths between the 5 of them, heading down towards the third last. Colonial King only a neck in front of Sharrow Bay, who's almost run to him now. Kanaska moving up, making another run third, and then came Quapel and 2 to Kinzan. Colonial King and Sharrow Bay over the third last together, and they're drawing away from Kanaska, Quapel and Kinzan struggling. Down towards the second last, nothing between Colonial King and Sharrow Bay. They went over it, Sharrow Bay hit it, Colonial King got a neck in front, 6 lengths to Kanaska, Quapel, and a long gap to Kinzan. On the turn, 450 to go. Colonial King ahead in front of Sharrow Bay. The boy pulls the whip on Sharrow Bay and immediately raced up to Colonial King, and they're together as they turn for home. These two settling down to fight it out with 1 to jump. Colonial King under pressure, so too on the outside, Sharrow Bay. They approach the last. Who'll jump at best? Sharrow Bay's got a neck in front as they draw to it now. They're over it together. Colonial King nearly fell, and Sharrow Bay got a 2 lengths break on him and a long gap there further back than Kanaska. And Sharrow Bay's finishing much too strongly. He's racing right away. Sharrow Bay will come away and win by about 8 lengths. Colonial King is walking to the line to get second from Kanaska. Then Quapel, Kinzan, and a long breakaway last in the field was Royal Lewin.
Sharrow Bay coming right away over the final stages to win the first at 2-1 and favourite from Colonial King 5-2 and Kanaska at 6s. In the second, the Storm Queen handicap over 1,400, Born a Lady the favourite at 7-4.
Racing. They've jumped away in a pretty good line too. Royal Tees got badly squeezed after the start and dropped out 3 or 4 lengths last. Sweet Promise one of the first to get going, with Better by Half going through on the inside of Holly Bay, studded with Stars on the outside of them and Century Doll. Born a Lady jumped well but has dropped back 2 lengths away, and then Pseudonym Miss followed by Stress further back with Niall, and tailed off 6 lengths as Royal Tees. At the 1,000, and the leader here over on the inside at this stage is Sweet Promise from Better by Half, followed 3 deep, studded with Stars. West Kerry up running 4th. Holly Bay over on the rails, and a length further back Pseudonym Miss making a fast run. Born a Lady on the inside next from Century Doll, and they were followed by Niall, Stress and Royal Tees as last. Down to the 600 and Sweet Promise about a half length Studded with Stars, a length and a half better by half. West Kerry moving up to be third and Student and Miss Hard ridden behind it. They were followed by Royal Tease, has made a decent run from tailed off. Born a Lady is under the whip, and then came Niall, and Holly Bay's dropped right out of it. On the corner, Sweet Promise and Studded with Stars, the leaders. Student and Miss went up quickly to be third. Born a Lady starting to respond, and then Royal Tease followed by West Kerry. Sweet Promise and Studded with Stars in front. Now on the outside, Born a Lady's coming at them. Sweet Promise beat off Studded with Stars. Born a Lady running green is raced up to it now though, and Born a Lady, full of running, has taken the lead, 100 to go. Sweet Promise battling on the inside, and Royal Tease running a mighty race, but Born a Lady wins it about a length and a half. Sweet Promise. Great run, Royal Tease third from Studded with Stars, Student and Miss Niall, better by half. Then Stress, West Kerry dropped right out, and the gap to Holly Bay and Century Doll the last two.
2 out of 2 for the punters. Born a Lady, the 7-4 favourite, taking out race 2 from Sweet Promise at 14-1 and Royal Tease third at 10-1. In the third event, the La Trobe handicap, once again 1400th journey, and the favourite here, Tristram, at odds on.
Light goes on and away they go, and Brahms Edition bounced out in front on the inside. From Reigning Supreme, who got away well, and Reigning Aces, and also Honest began quickly on the outside of them. Duke of Tricks up near the lead too, followed by Tristram and then Emotional Issue. Further back is Dolman. Clear Sun is second last, and Winning Switch is in last placing. As they go past the 1100 now, and Brahms Edition going like the wind, about 2 lengths to Duke of Tricks in second placing. They were followed then just back behind them and moving forward by Reigning Aces. A length and a half to Honest on the inside of Tristram, and then Winning Switch going around them quickly. They pack right up now, and they were followed then by Dolman. Emotional Issue to the outside from Clear Sun and Reigning Supreme. Down towards the 700, and Winning Switch has gone from last up to join the leader, Duke of Tricks. Brahms Edition the rails. Then Reigning Aces, Tristram to the outside. Honest has lost ground along the inside next. Clear Sun is coming into the picture, and then came Dolman. On the turn, 500 out. Duke of Tricks is joined again by Brahms Edition, with Tristram moving up to be third on the outside from Winning Switch. They're followed by Dolman and Clear Sun to the outside from Honest. In the straight, Tristram has quickly gone up to join the leaders and has taken the lead with 300 to go from Duke of Tricks, Brahms Edition. Struggling on behind them is Dolman and Clear Sun, but Tristram starting to put a gap in them now. He's raced away about 4 or 5 lengths in front. Clear Sun and Dolman are battling on into second and third placings from Duke of Tricks, but Tristram wins by 6 lengths. Good battle for the minor placings, or nearly a dead heat second, Clear Sun and Dolman. Then came Emotional Issue, followed by Duke of Tricks. Well back in the field then is Winning Switch, and back with it is Honest, Brahms Edition, and Supreme Aces and Supreme Reigning Supreme. The 2 last are finished, but an effortless victory.
Certainly was, Bill, and he'll be heading up now to Queensland over the winter to tackle the big classics up there. Tristram 10-9 on, Dolman 25s, and Clear Sun 9-1. Well, punters were hoping for 4 out of 4, and so too was a syndicate headed by Collingwood coach Lee Matthews in the Monash Welter handicap, because Glenferrie Flyer was the popular pick at 5-4.
Not wanting to lead, immediately restrained, and Malamute goes to the lead. Ren Henry up second from Millawar, and then Go Henry, and a length to Glenferrie Flyer dropping in on the inside, and Gold Wire on its outside. Malamute led by the 14, about 3 lengths to Red Henry, 2.5 to Go Henry, 1 to Millawar, half a length to Gold Wire now being sent forward, and a length to Glenferrie Flyer last. Over the hill at the 1200, and the leader Malamute about 2.5 lengths to Red Henry, 2 lengths to Go Henry, a length to Gold Wire, a length and a half Millawar, and a neck away Glenferrie Flyer on the outside. At the 1000, Red Henry's pulling his way up close to this leader Malamute, and they're together now, about 4 lengths to Go Henry. Then came Gold Wire, and Millawar going with it, pushing it 3 deep, and a length to Glenferrie Flyer, biding his time in last placing. Down to the 800, Red Henry pulling hard is just the leader, about a half a length to Malamute the inside, about 4 lengths to Gold Wire and Millawar. Now Glenferrie Flyer has asked for an effort, and he's starting to quickly move up into third place, and Go Henry drops out. On the turn, about 500 out, and Red Henry just in front of Malamute. Glenferrie Flyers cantered up behind them. 2 lengths to Gold Wire, Millawar struggling, and then Go Henry. Red Henry took the lead on the corner. On the outside, Glenferrie Flyer coming at it quickly from Malamute and then Gold Wire. They settle down at the 300. The 2 favourites in front. Red Henry just the leader from Glenferrie Flyer. They're clear of Gold Wire and then Malamute. 200 to go, and Glenferrie Flyer's taken the lead. Red Henry second and then Gold Wire, but Glenferrie Flyer's streaking away from them, and it's going to win easily. Glenferrie Flyer goes down to the line to win by 3.5 lengths to Red Henry. A length and a half away third, Goldwire. A gap the Miller War. They were followed then by Malamute, and last of all was Go Henry.
And a good win to Glenferrie Flyer at 5-4 in race 4 from Red Henry 11-4 and Goldwire third at 6-1. In the first leg of the double, the Ben Chaffee handicap 1200 the journey, the popular pick Testimony at 9-4.
Inclined to rear again. They're racing. Luther's Luck bounced out in front of Longwood Lad and Braquillo. Grounded away well, and Irish Chance the outside. Testimony got going nicely too. Alternate dropping back towards the rear. Stock Avian about third or fourth last, settling down, and Marco Million last. Great Powered Irish Chance and Testimony the leaders as they pass the 800 metre mark. A length Longwood Lad, Braquillo, Stock Avian. A length and a half Luther's Luck. Then grounded Marco Million and Alternate last. At the 700, Testimony with the inside running. Irish Chance the outside, and in the centre Great Poet. A little over length Longwood Lad and Braquillo. A half Stock Avian. 1 to Luther's Luck. 2 to grounded Marco Million and Alternate tailed off. At the 500 on the corner, it's still Testimony the inside from Great Poet and Irish Chance. Longwood Lad given full bore, and Luther's Luck starting to follow him up. Stock Avian looking for a run from Braquillo. Testimony led around the corner and straightening up for home. Out wide are Irish Chance, Longwood Lad, and now Luther's Luck starting to warm up down the outside. Testimony the leader. Luther's Luck's coming at him quickly now on the outside. He's raced to the lead, the top weight, and Luther's Luck striding away at the 200. He's run 2 or 3 lengths in front. Irish Chance second from Stock Avian. Testimony's gone, but Luther's Luck's going to win by a minute. Scores by about 4 lengths. Second, Irish Chance, close for third. Alternate nearly got up to get third on the outside with Stock Avian in the photo. Then Longwood Lad and Grounded, and they were followed further back by Testimony, Braquillo, and Great Poet and Marco Million.
He's one of the best horses racing at the moment, Luther's Luck, and he always puts in 110%. 5-2, Irish Chance 14s, Alternate 12s, Testimony the favourite unplaced at 9-4. In the Parisian handicap race 6, this was the third leg of the quaddie. Glen Tyres the favourite at 7-2.
They're racing. Bronze Splendor a bit slow, lost a length or 2 on the outside. Emma Green straight to the lead from Skyhook and Quiet Sissy Radice, Diggers Lass, Glen Tyres. Staircase going through in the centre, Bronze Splendor going round them about 5 or 6 wide, and then Montelbra, and last of all Better Venture. Climbing the hill past the 1400, Emma Green in front, a half length to Quiet at its girth, 2 lengths further back then. Came about 3 of them in line, Skyhook keeping the inside, Diggers Lass in the centre, and Bronze Splendor out 3 deep. Length and a half Glen Tyres on the rails, Staircase, and then a length to Better Venture, Montelbra, and Sissy Radice's last. At the 1,000 metres, and Emma Green in front about a half length at this stage from Quite. 2 lengths away, Diggers Lass and Bronze Splendor. A length to Skyhook the rails from Glen Tyres taken to the outside. Staircase needing a run. Then Better Venture moving around them from Montelbra and Sissy Radice at the rear. 700 to go, and the leader Emma Green about a half length to Quiet, who's doing it well on the outside, and they're out 3 lengths now to Glen Tyres going up the third. Then Better Venture moving around them, and they were followed by Staircase off the fence, and Bronze Splendor dropping out from Montelbra. Emma Green the leader, 500 to go on the corner, a half length to Quiet, being hard ridden now. Better Venture's putting in a bit of a run. Then Staircase from Glen Tyres, and at the head of the others Montelbra. Emma Green the leader round the turn, a half length to Quiet on the outside, Better Venture, and then Staircase followed further back by Skyhook, but it's Emma Green kicked right away from Quiet with 250 to go. Then Better Venture followed by Montelbra starting to run on, but Emma Green's raced out about 3 in front, holding them safely at bay. Emma Green well clear near the line, and Emma Green's going to canter home about 2.5 lengths to Montelbra second. Good go for third. Quite got it a nose in front of Better Venture from Staircase. A good gap to Skyhook and Bronze Splendor, followed then by Glen Tyres well back from Sissy Radice, and Diggers Lass one of the last home.
Emma Green at 6-1, giving bookmakers probably their best result for the day, but it certainly wasn't a good one. Montelbra second at 8-1, and Quite third at 13-2. Glen Tyres the favourite unplaced at 7-2. Back to the favourites again, and the 5th one coming up for the day in the Gippsland handicap with Sam Gary, the popular pick at 7-2.
Racing, and Reckless Effort began very quickly from the inside from Mighty Tidy, and also getting away well a little wider out on the track there is Symbol's Son. When they settle down, it's Reckless Effort in front of the Incisor, and Cuma's Queen, Narako the outside. Circular Key trapped a bit deep from going up along the inside rail, then behind the Mighty Tidy. Charlie's Legend next, out wide Boag's Boy and Caliph, and they were followed then by Symbol's Son. Zamgary is a good second last, about 3 lengths away, and another 3 lengths to here's the Duke. Out of the straight they race now with less than 2,000 to go. Narako took over to be about 1.5 lengths in front of King's Comment. Reckless Effort dropping in on the rails as third, and Circular Key handy fourth, with Boag's Best going around it now. 2 to the Incisive, followed a length to Hotspur Boy, Mighty Tidy, Q Miss Queen, a couple of Charlie's Legend. They were followed then by Symbol Sun back along the rails from Caliph, Zamgary, and a couple of lengths to Here's the Duke. Past the 1,500, Narako in front about 1/2 length, with King's Comment moving up on the outside of it now to almost join it. 2 lengths to Boag's Best, 1/2 to Reckless Effort, getting a good run, and so is Circular Key. There's another division about 4 lengths away, headed by the Incisor, and then came back behind them is Charlie's Legend making ground from Mighty Tidy, Q Miss Queen. They were followed by Symbol Sun further back in the field, Hotspur Boy, Caliph, 2 to Zamgary, and a length away last, Here's the Duke. 1,100 out, coming down the railway side. King's Comment joined Narako. 1.5 to Circular Key sitting behind them, but now being niggled a little bit. Reckless Effort sticking to the rails is next, then the Incisor and Charlie's Legend. Boag's Boy Best dropping out of it from Caliph, Mighty Tidy, and then came Zamgary making a bit of ground. Here's the Duke is last, but starting to get a move on. With about 700 to go, and King's Comment just led Circular Key, the Incisor and Charlie's Legend from Narako. Reckless Effort going very well, looking for a run, is getting off the fence next, and they were followed further back in the field then at the head of the others by Symbol Sun and Zamgary coming around them with a big run. The Incisor took the lead from the turn, but Zamgary's grabbed it in a stride on the outside. King's Comment still there, Reckless Effort being hard ridden now on the fence, and then Circular Key dropping out of it from Here's the Duke. Zamgary out wide, sprinted away as they turned for home from King's Comment. Reckless Effort now getting the run on the fences out after him, followed by the Incisor. It's Zamgary in front, Reckless Effort trying hard on the inside, is trying to bridge the gap. Zamgary still in front with 100 to go. He's holding Reckless Effort at bay. Zamgary's going down to the line. He's going to score, and Zamgary goes on to win the race. Symbol Sun's battled on well on the outside with Reckless Effort and the Incisor next. Then came King's Comment, followed by Here's the Duke, Circular Key, then Narako. Next is Caliph. Well back in the field, Charlie's Legend, Mighty Tidy, Q Miss Queen, and then came Hotspur Boy, and Boag's Best has run last.
1.25 lengths the winning margin in favour of Zamgary in race 7 at 7 to 2 from Reckless Effort, 11 to 2, and Symbol Sun 15s. And to top off a big day for the punters, Royal Saga, the favourite in the last, at 3 to 1.
Racing, approached the bench, jumped okay. Niscaro has quickly taken the lead. Oasis Onassis has got away well. Truth ridden with the whip early. Royal Saga began nicely about 5th from Vigilance, and they were followed then by Aragosa. Next is Irish Poet from High Blossom, and then All Smoke dropping back through the field with Viking Hero, Troublemaker, and Mr. Marcus is last. Oasis Onassis, the leader at the 1,000 metres. 1.5 lengths Niscaro, a length to approach the bench. Then Truth on the outside, a length to Royal Saga and Vigilance. 2 lengths High Blossom. Then Irish Poet from Aragosa, and followed by All Smoke. Next is Viking Hero, Troublemaker, and tailed off is Mr. Marcus. 700 out, Oasis Onassis, a 1/2 length Niscaro, 1 to approach the bench. Royal Saga going all right on the inside. Vigilance out wide, making a bit of ground, and then Aragosa looking for a run from High Blossom. All Smoke commencing a move quickly round the outside of the field from Truth, who's dropping out of it. They're followed by Irish Poet at the head of the others from Viking Hero. On the turn they race now, and Oasis Onassis just the leader. Many of them spearing wide. Niscaro, Royal Saga's got a beautiful split. Then Vigilance and All Smoke with approach the bench. Royal Saga's dashed to the lead with 200 to go. Drew away 2 lengths to High Blossom. Vigilance followed by All Smoke at the head of the others. But with 100 to go, Royal Saga's careering away from them. And Royal Saga's going to win easily. A great battle for the minor placings. About 5 of them there. Aragosa goes home the best to get second from High Blossom. Then approach the bench, Vigilance, All Smoke, Niscaro, Viking Hero, Troublemaker. Mr. Marcus was next, well back Oasis Onassis, and then Truth. And last home is Irish.